Hello my dear fashion enthusiasts. I'm delighted to welcome you back to Brandibay Fashion. Today let's discover together the Ann Demeulemeester Fall Winter 2026 fashion show presented during Paris Fashion Week, under the direction of Stefano Gallici. From the very first moments, something immediately draws your attention. Everything feels dark, almost silent, but very quickly, a certain tension begins to emerge through the silhouettes. You can recognize the signature aesthetic of Ann Demeulemeester, balancing romanticism and a strong rock influence, with a presence that feels both free and deeply introspective. The show takes place at the Refectoire de Cordeliers, near Odeon, a location rich in history, perfectly aligned with the universe presented here. And this choice, I think, immediately strengthens the reading of the collection. It almost feels like watching a scene inhabited by literary figures, as if the silhouettes were emerging from a poetic imagination. Very quickly, you begin to notice the dominant presence of black. The looks unfold within a deliberately dark palette, punctuated by airy dresses, structured jackets, and distressed denim. This contrast between fluidity and rawness creates an interesting tension, adding depth to the overall composition. What stands out particularly this season is the return of the officer jacket. Reinterpreted in multiple ways, these pieces become central to the collection. Sometimes short and fitted, sometimes transformed into capes, or crafted in velvet with fringes, they bring an almost theatrical dimension to the silhouettes. The gold buttons and structured trims emphasize this military influence, while remaining within a very poetic register. Looking closer, you can also notice a strong academic inspiration. Some silhouettes clearly evoke a student-like wardrobe, with school jackets, wool cardigans, and burgundy and blue stripes. The shirts, worn with raised collars and slightly wrinkled textures, give the impression of an intentionally undone, almost instinctive style. Then there are the literary references, which are very present throughout the show. The face of Arthur Rimbaud appears on simple white t-shirts, reinforcing this intellectual and slightly tormented atmosphere. This is a collection that tells a story, not just about clothing but about a state of mind. The accessories complete this vision with subtlety. Headbands decorated with feathers or sequins introduce a fragile, almost delicate touch, contrasting with the more structured elements of the looks. This balance works particularly well, creating a strong sense of coherence throughout the collection. Personally, I really appreciate this ability to blend very different influences without losing clarity. The collection remains true to the house identity, while introducing new variations. Among its strengths, we can clearly highlight the coherence of the universe, the richness of the materials, and this constant tension between softness and character. On the other hand, some silhouettes may feel slightly repetitive in their construction or within the very dark palette. But this remains subtle, and also contributes to the intentionally immersive atmosphere of the show. In the end, Stefano Gallici presents a very defined vision of Ann Demeulemeester, where dark poetry, rock influences, and literary references come together. It's a collection that doesn't aim for immediate impact, but instead unfolds progressively, almost like a narrative revealed over time. I'll now let you fully enjoy the show. Thank you for watching this video on Brandibay Fashion, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you very soon for another immersion into the world of fashion.